Yo, so guys, welcome back to another video. This is another reaction to the goat himself, Lost in the Pond, and this one is how American Christmas was a huge culture shock. I mean, this probably isn't the best time to react to this. I probably could have reacted to this type of video around Christmas time, but it's about 6 months away, 7 months away actually, and yeah, there's just no real point in that. But yeah, I'm interested in this because I know from reactions previously and just from sort of general knowledge, I guess you could say, the US does things bigger, whether it's like birthday parties or like, I don't know, portion sizes, just everything's bigger in the US. But like in the UK, Christmas is a big thing. But I feel like it's only big to me because I don't know what it is compared to like the US or other countries around the world. And then maybe when I see this video, he's going to explain how, again, in the UK, it's nothing on the US. But I don't know, interesting video. Hopefully you're going to enjoy. If you want more reactions from Lost in the Pond, suggest them in the comment section. And yeah, let's get into this. Why does it always just go into the video when I go full screen? Will it do it again? No? Okay, maybe I did something then. Yeah, but before we get into it, quick shout out to my Instagram and my Twitter. Links in the description for those interested in following. Same for my Patreon, links will there for those interested. But yeah, man, let's give this a look and see what Lawrence has to say, man.
Some of me does feel like a kid again. Partly this has been reinforced by Uncle Toby's Christmas choices.
Wait, when was this recorded? Was this actually on Christmas? 2nd? Nah, man.
But I love looking at all of the houses with all of the lights, especially knowing that I didn't do any.
Also, comment underneath. Again, I know this isn't Christmas time, but when you have a Christmas tree, do you have a real one or a fake one? Now, I've always grown up around having a fake tree, and I just thought it was better because you don't, like, I get allergies a lot, so it probably, I remember I had one this year, a real one, and I was fucked. Throughout Christmas, I was fucked. I was just sneezing constantly. And it leaves, like, obviously not the leaves, what are they called? The tree leaves, whatever you want to call them, on the floor, the pines or whatever, on the floor. Obviously, with fake ones, you don't have to buy a new one, you can just keep it, and it does cost less, and it doesn't make me ill. But I feel like in the US, it's probably a much bigger thing to have real Christmas trees. I'm sure about that.
Any of the
I'm
work.
sure about that. Maybe he's going to mention it.
Hello, I'm Lawrence, and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to Christmas. And since I'm officially taking Vlogmas by the antlers, that's a metaphor, you can expect to see plenty of videos on this topic in the next 24 days. For me, in life,
24 days
it's been
of
a tale
videos.
of two Christmases, British ones and American ones. And as a kid, Christmas was everything. I loved waiting for Father Christmas to come down the chimney, except in 1988 when we forgot to put out the fire. I also loved defeating my brother at pulling a cracker, even though the prize was a miniature thimble. And how could I forget gazing into a bauble for the first time, seeing a warped version of my already warped face. This introduction to the magic of Yuletide occurred within the festive confines of my English hometown. And I thought that my experiences of Christmas were everyone's, as if every human on earth knew the simple joy of hearing.
That's just how you are when you're younger. Younger, like you don't really expect it to be different in other countries or different cultures, but obviously it's not. But it's just one of those things when you're young, man. You don't really know, and it's just one of those magical things you think everyone celebrates, but
the bang of a cracker
obviously
or the schmaltzy melody of Chris Rea's.
Do you have crackers in the US? Do you like pull crackers with your family before you eat? I assume you do. That's not just a British thing, is it?
Driving.
I guess we probably took it from the US, if anything.
Came for Christmas. And then, after a quarter of a century, I left behind my British bubble and moved with my wife to a bigger bubble, the United States of America. It was November 2008. A cluster of indistinct specks on the ground slowly revealed themselves to be city blocks as the plane descended over a new and bountiful kingdom known as Indianapolis. This was my first visual encounter with the latest chapter of my life and a stark reminder of the one that I was leaving. The most enduring aspect of this image was that those city blocks were a distinct shade of white. And just like air conditioning, cheese curds, and Bob Costas, this level of snow was largely unheard of in Britain.
That's true. But that's the thing about this, man. Like, because America's so different. Like, it's like different countries within a country. You've got like California, like Miami, which are just two different ones. You've got like New York or like Seattle, or then you've got places like Denver or whatever. It's all different like climates. So I'm guessing it's like different foods. Obviously, you've got like a lot of Mexican culture within California, a lot of like, I say British culture, European like sort of heritage. People from like, what's the word? British people, not British, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like in the New York areas are Italian. And it's just all these different things. Like, I guess it's not like there's not a typical American sort of food. Maybe there is for Christmas. Like in England, we've got the typical like the dinner that we have for Christmas. But I guess in the US it sort of varies. But maybe not. Maybe it is just one of those things that everyone sort of came together and just still have the same thing, which would be pretty cool. But again, there could probably be a video on its own that just says how America has different Christmases throughout this different Christmas features throughout the country, or whatever I'm trying to say. But obviously that's not the case.
Presence on the
I like
streets
the
of
talk.
Indiana was a firm
What's the cat
declaration
doing?
that the Midwest would be dissimilar to England in every way. On that first Christmas morning in America, I did find myself looking around for the same old signs. And some of them were there. I mean, my in-laws had put up green and red tinsel, the tree was topped with a shimmering star, and people traded their dignity for Christmas jumpers. Except Americans didn't call them jumpers, they called them sweaters. And Nowhere to Be Heard was driving home for Christmas. Instead, the airways played ditties I'd never heard of, like Feliz Navidad and Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. Speaking of festive animals, the popular dish of choice in the Midwest isn't always turkey, which is synonymous more with the US Thanksgiving. In fact, the poultry centerpiece that I've eaten most is ham.
I don't like ham, man. Again, usually when I have Christmas dinner, it's like there's a few different meats. I mean, if it's a Christmas dinner with my family, it's a big table. There's like ham, gammon, but gammon's ham, I think, or ham and gammon. You're like, and then you got like the turkey, and even sometimes chicken. I'm not gonna lie, but
Something that resembled British ham in no discernible way whatsoever. Depending on the region, this might be substituted with chicken, beef, goose,
actually
or
explaining it
even
then.
oysters. The dinner
Oysters?
table is probably where the cultural Christmas divide is most
oysters. Wait, I've got to see this different. I can't type, man. Xmas dinners. I've got to see this, man. Is there like a video out there that shows Christmas dinners throughout each US state? Boy, that would be interesting to see. Oh my days. See, I mean, I'm guessing you will all know this, but British Xmas dinners. I want to just, again, I guess maybe some places do have it similar to this. These don't do it justice. That's like not really a Christmas dinner, actually, is it? Because there's no way someone has this much meat on their plate. Like, what? These ain't doing it justice, man. You've got the gravy, you've got the Yorkshire puddings, you've got... No, I wouldn't have this type of one. I'm not even going to lie. Oh, this is not doing the UK justice, man. Maybe my food ain't that good. Yeah, I mean, I have like sausages covered in bacon. I have turkey. I have all the vegetables like the peas, the broccoli, parsnips, potatoes, carrots, mashed Swede and carrot. Is it mashed Swede and carrot? Yorkshire puddings, gravy. Oh my god. Oh, I can't wait for Christmas, man. It's weird how when you're younger, you just care about the presents, but when you're older, you care about like being with the people you love and the food, man. The food is the most important part. Oh, I can't wait.
abundantly
Cannot
brought
wait.
into focus. More on that in upcoming videos, but it never occurred to me that Americans did not universally include Christmas pudding or mince pies in their dessert menus. While these are not entirely absent from all holiday shopping carts, they do take a backseat to sweet potato pie, pecan pie, and coconut cake. What's coconut cake?
Oh, wow.
Now that's not to say that I don't devour my American Christmas food well
I need
into
to try the
Boxing
sweet
Day.
potato pie,
Some
man.
habits, no
I
matter
do.
our age or BMI score, never change, except there's one tiny detail of this anecdote that I neglected to mention. Americans don't celebrate Boxing Day. On December 26th, unless their employer decrees otherwise, most Americans swap the comfort of the couch for the reality of the workplace.
Do we do that here? No, it depends what job you have. If you work at like McDonald's or like a food restaurant, you're back at work for sure. But I think it's like more like office work or certain jobs like that. Because obviously shops are open on Boxing Day because there's loads of sales and stuff. So obviously people have got to be working in the shops. But I guess maybe it's just he's saying pretty much everyone's back at work at this point. There's a lot of people who aren't at the same time. Like, I know my dad doesn't work during the Christmas period for sure.
Even the term Boxing Day carries little currency in this portion of North America,
Oh, wow.
even as America's Canadian neighbours celebrate it with abandon. And Boxing Day doesn't stand alone in the Christmas dictionary of British American word differences. Take, for example, the name each country gives to the jolly red and white fellow who delivers all of the presents. In America, he is known invariably as Santa, Santa Claus, or Old Saint Nick, all used in Britain. However, you will rarely, if ever, catch an American saying Father Christmas. Moreover, Brits and Americans can't seem to agree on the location of Father Christmas's homeland. Soon after moving to the US, during casual Christmas Eve chatter with my in-laws, I made reference to Santa's long journey from Lapland. Not only was the name Lapland met with puzzlement, as if to say, where is that? But it was later revealed to me that he resides in the North Pole. Either way, Santa lives in a climate not fit for humans. And so, as it turns out, did I. Those white city blocks weren't an exception. The notion of a Midwestern white Christmas is not so much a naive fantasy, but a brutal reality, depending on how warmly you receive it. And warmth, as it happens, is ensured by burying yourself in multiple layers of thick clothing, a fashion scenario really demanded by Britain's climate. In the Midwest, I've often left the house in 2 jackets and 2 sweaters, only for the cold to enter through my undies. All that aside, though, while experiencing American Christmases...
Bro, those thermal boxers or thermal underpants, they are the ones, man. Got into them recently. They are so good. Especially when it's cold. It does its justice.
Some of me does feel like a kid again. Partly this has been reinforced by Uncle Toby's Christmas choices, but I love looking at all of the houses with all of the lights, especially knowing that I didn't do any of the work. And I fondly recall destroying my brother-in-law in a snow digging contest while holding a much bigger shovel. And how could I forget gazing into a bauble just this morning and seeing a warped version of my already warped face that now has a beard. Over the next few weeks, I'll be diving deep into some of the topics discussed in today's video, as well as some non-Christmassy ones. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, be sure to do that at the end of this video, and don't forget to give my bell a little jingle.
No, don't say that.
That way, throughout Vlogmas, you'll get notified of a new video every day. Some are saying that these are the biggest gifts to humanity since my cat fell asleep under a Christmas tree. And he only appeared in today's video to remind everyone that you can follow him right here on YouTube at the Whisker Reel.
He's got you. I might have to check that out actually. I was just gonna search British versus American Christmas dinner. Wait, what? Are these roast potatoes versus mashed potato? I wanna see like a comparison, man. There's probably a video on YouTube that I could just see, but I'm just gonna search British versus American Christmas. I mean, I don't really know what's gonna come up, but this could be a video reaction on Christmas Day. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll save it for Christmas Day to actually. Just want to see some of this stuff. I love just looking at these comparisons. BBC America. Oh wow, never seen this before. Okay, I can't be asked to read this. I cannot be asked to read this. But honestly, let me know. I'm going to read some of the comments now, but let me know in the comments like more sort of things, like the questions that I've been asking, because I've been asking things that I don't think can be answered like properly, like different foods, even just throughout the US on Christmas Day, because I know like because of so many different cultures, there's got to be some huge differences for what people have. But let's see some of the comments. It's like your cat. It's a circling shot. Love the impromptu kitty tail. Do not ignore me, human. I will make my presence known. Bauble is another word that doesn't get used much in the USA. We mostly just say ornaments or decorations. Really? Watching the kitty's tail sail back and forth was added pleasure, and I like that it didn't even interrupt his monologue. Well done, Lawrence. Am I the only American who thought Boxing Day was a day that celebrated people and sport boxing matches? Please tell me I wasn't the only one. Really? So it's not a thing in the US at all? Again, maybe it's for some people, but obviously not for a lot. That's interesting as well. In Cajun culture, Santa is called Papa Noel, and he comes riding down the bayou in a pirogue pulled by alligators. On Christmas Eve, they build bonfires and rafts and float them down the river to light his way. God damn, that's crazy. I love it though. In America, it's crazy how differently people can celebrate. Exactly. That's like answer my question, kind of, isn't it? America's Christmas is definitely an experience. American Christmas, sorry. Pierre Noel in Quebec, Santa Claus workshop has a Canadian postal code. Ho 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 ho. That's pretty sick. I like that a lot. Kafka's Christmas Tale. I particularly like the Mike thought. Wait, isn't Lapland in Finland? Doesn't this mean as British children go to bed on Christmas Eve, they think Merry Finnish man is going down the chimney? That's enough of the comments. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy this one. Again, I love doing these reactions. Shout out to Lost in the Pond. Subscribe to him in the links with the links in the description, because obviously if you've watched my reactions and you enjoyed it, you'll love his channel and you'll love his videos as well. But yeah, till next time, like, subscribe.